fuck's going on with this piece of shit camera? Something's going on with it. Looks like shit. Whatever. Fuck it. Oops. There we go. The hell? I want to put myself in timeout. What the fuck's going on here? Yeah. Well, so once was a man from Nantucket, and he had some problems. So I came to Uncle Fatty and I said, "Get your shit together." That's what I said. I said it. Yeah. That one? Yeah. That one.
I was going to ask before I leave, Aaron. Before I leave, I was going to ask you. You know, like a minute ago, you had your game in the background and you had you in the corner. How the fuck did you? Because I can't stream a game through StreamYard for love nor money.
We had Snapped open on another screen and like my normal streaming, and then a virtual camera set up to be going through StreamYard, so that everything I normally be streaming was going to StreamYard instead of my channels and stuff, which I could have been streaming through there too, but I didn't feel like pushing my luck. Gigabit internet is only
right. So I basically need to get my son's computer over here again and see, because I'll be trying. I know I was supposed to call Haku, but I came in so late that night. I was supposed to call him because I'm trying to.
We went and got rather fucked up that night.
Oh, so it's a good thing I didn't know how to stream my Widow Wonderland. That's gonna work.
A gin and beer festival near mine, so we went to a gin and beer festival. Yeah,
I do like a good festival though.
Gin and beer.
Yeah, in England we have festivals like that.
Here,
yeah, we have loads of beer festivals where you just go and it's just loads of different breweries, beer everywhere.
Festivals here are like tea and acid and a bunch of crazy hippies and stuff, drum circles. I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I can't do that here.
But okay, guys, I am gonna, guys, team, please go over to his quick nap before I go out, and I a couple of hours nap before I go out, which is going to help because I worry about driving when you're that tired. So I'm sorry. I apologize for the short stream. I will be back. Tired. So I'm sorry. I apologize for the short stream. I will be back.
What the shit is going on here with this piece of shit computer? Oh, poor Gracie. Oh, whatever. Stupid bitch. Not be online.
And that's in today's society nowadays. Like, we get women like they turn 38 and they go, oh shit, I better settle, and they just end up baby trapping some logical clock kicks their fucking asses.
But that's how
crazy shit to have a baby.
Some of y'all need to get off the internet more.
But that's why both men and the white people on the top of the pyramid. You never tell, like my daughter, I won't tell her to that and then be
50 fucking people watching this shit. Jesus.
Because it's much confusion. It's too many options. Like, if you want actually to get a long-lasting relationship, going on that environment and picking from there is like, as long as you're not there, actually, because Glenn might talk with because he's close to Hollywood and all that. But if you are not a part of the industry, you should.
Because they fucking need it. Oh, fucking shit. This. Fucking lagging slow as fuck. What's going on? Cool. Throw some. No, I disconnected a couple times. I don't know if the links are in the chat or what. Here, I'll post it again. So everything just reset on me. You never know. You never know. Let's see what I got going on here.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Thanks for that, Will.
Emotional, damn it.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, sir. How's it?
What's that, boss?
How you doing?
I'm very well, mate. That's why I've got YouTube still on the background, so it was really confusing me then. It was like repeating what you'd said.
Oh, yeah. Is it echoing still?
It's because I had a YouTube still playing in the background, so
Oh,
it was
shit.
still playing you
Of course.
behind them.
I always forget about that.
Were you
kill
having a
everything,
look
turn
at
everything off, and
Were you having a look
Yeah.
at Team Fatty's panel just before I got here? Honestly,
yeah, Glenn's got a couple hundred, and I didn't even look to see. I'm sure Fatty's broadcasting. I'm sure probably everybody on that panel is probably broadcasting out. But
I've only recently seen that Glenn, but he seems to do
same
really
old
well.
stupid shit,
Like,
just fucking talking about stupid bunch of broken people telling other broken people how to be better broken people.
yeah, I do
I
think
don't get it.
that like everybody wants to give like relationship advice, and it's problematic.
Right. And yeah,
Like everybody feels like they need to
yeah,
tell
it's
her.
kind of funny. It's this whole dynamic of it doesn't make sense to me at all that we've got
But
this.
it's weird, right? Because you don't have some. It's weird because nobody in that industry is like a 60-year-old dude who's been happily married for 40 years telling you how to do it. It's always like people that literally don't have like a strong, long-term, committed, like healthy relationship telling people how they should interact with the other gender. It's like, what? Like,
Absolutely does not make sense to me at all.
no, it's like even like the big creators, like you have like Fresh and Fit, like both of them aren't in any sort of like healthy relationship. Same with that like whatever podcast guy.
No.
Like he isn't in like a relationship. It's like really weird that you're trying to give advice on that when you need the advice on dating, guys. Like I don't know why you're trying to give people advice. You need to take some advice.
Yeah, it's just the whole trad kind of fucking whatever trad wannabes.
But that's it though. They say they want to be traditional, but are they traditional men? They want a traditional. They always say that
and
about
they don't
women.
even know what.
Like, they always say that to the women though, don't they? That like, oh,
What's
you want a traditional man. Yeah, true. Like they don't even know really anymore. Like,
no. And traditions change over time. Stagnant, it's
they do indeed.
it's a never-ending process of growth, and yeah, pretty dumb.
Unless you're in like a religious thing where you're like the tradition to your relationship is set. Yeah, it's always changing. Like obviously, like if you're Jewish or you're like
even still that shit changes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. A lot of religions it does. Some of the religions stick to it a bit more. Like you have a lot more arranged marriages in stuff like a Jewish, like Judaism and like Islam and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, realistically, I think a lot of people should probably stop giving relationship advice and start just trying to fucking do it themselves and learn. Really.
Maybe go out and seek a relationship instead of sitting around talking about them.
Well, that's it. It's like I'm obviously currently in a relationship with my missus, obviously, and I'm not sat there trying to tell people how you should or shouldn't do it. It's like I don't think my relationship's perfect. I have shit we gotta work on. Like fucking everybody does. I ain't gonna tell the next man how he should fucking live his life.
Yeah.
Right.
Not my spot.
No, exactly.
I say do what's best for the moment, and always do what's best for the kids. And there's absolutely nothing fucking wrong with getting divorced and breaking up. This isn't fucking Disney. This isn't The Legend of Zelda. We don't have unlimited guys that we can just use to save some mythical fucking princess.
It's not like that fucking dude on the whatever podcast said where you just have to endure these things.
No, you don't have to endure shit. No, not at all. No, you do not have to endure anything. And especially if it's a miserable relationship, you don't have to try to learn how to love. You don't have to try to. You can't force love. Anybody that knows anything will tell you that those guys are full of shit.
Well, I do think sometimes people give up too easily nowadays. I think they're too quick to look at the grass is greener on the other side type thing. But comparison's the thief of joy, and with social media, you're getting forced to compare yourself to everybody every day. So everybody's just putting up a highlight reel, and then you're looking at their highlight reel, and you're thinking, "Fucking hell, my life isn't like that." And then, you give up on your own life because you want to go look for something else, but that thing doesn't exist.
Unmanageable expectations put on us by society that can never be met, can never be fulfilled.
And then they always do that thing where it was like they say that what is it? Hoflation, I think they call it on that whatever podcast. And they say you have to be 10 times the man that your granddad was to get a woman that's half as good as your grandma was, or some shit weird shit like that, right? And it's like, you're actually a fucking lunatic, right? If you think you're 10 times the man that your granddad was, you're a lunatic, or you don't like your granddad. I don't know which one it is.
Or both.
Because my granddad was a pretty fucking good man. So I'm not sure I could be 10 times as good as a man than him. So I don't know.
He is the best he can be. That's all anybody is the best. This is the best they can be at the time. Everybody can always be better. Everybody strives for better, but only doing the best we can.
Exactly. But I do think it's just a money-making thing. I don't think any of them care about actually giving relationship advice or anything like that. I think it's just they understand that it draws clicks. People are interested about it. And so they do it just for that reason.
That's what it's all about anymore.
Unfortunately, yeah. She's not great.
That state of affairs.
You got to think about how, like, the young people, when they see fucking full-grown men telling them this shit, they're likely to believe some of it, at least. Like, look at how Andrew Tate affected some young people and stuff. Like, even Mel was saying that, like, her son was, like, saying stuff that Andrew Tate would say, and, like, young people are susceptible. Like,
it's gross.
If you're like a,
you know, that's what's horrible for society is these guys sitting these dumb fucking completely unbased logical fallacies. You know, it's this extreme extreme scenarios and using the one extreme to label the whole entire movement of and people that have never been through divorce, let alone been in a fucking relationship, are trying to tell people how they cannot get divorced.
Yeah, I always think that, like, I think it's two-faced as fuck, me, because they say they want a traditional woman, right? And they say that they don't want a woman to work, and they say that they want this woman to be like stay at home. So you want this woman to forego all of her potential ability to have a career and all this stuff to stay at home for you, and then if you divorce her, you think it's unacceptable that she takes half of your shit. Like, I'm pretty sure you took her entire life away from her to make sure she was at home being your good wife. So yeah, within that fucking deal that you made, you should probably fucking sort her out financially, since she literally forgave all.
That's the thing that's actually good about no-fault divorce is there's no alimony. There's none of this take half the shit. You know, when it comes to that term, people don't realize, like, especially seeing single people that argue this, that when married people are together, they typically buy a house together, they buy cars together, they sign joint mortgages and joint loans together. So you're not just taking half the shit, you're taking half the shit and all the loans that go with it too. And all the responsibility and the debt that goes with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I paid my ex 30 fucking grand, okay, for half of what we had invested into the house. And that was the best fucking money I ever spent. Yeah.
Like, even when I moved in with my missus, like, before we were any of them, like, she obviously had gave up her residency to come and stay in my residency. So, like, we had a deal that if she's going to be paying towards this, after a certain amount of years, even if, like, we didn't get married or whatever, and then she left, she would be she'd be paid back for what she put in, right? Because I don't think that's fair that she, like, say she spent 5 years with me paying monthly towards my mortgage, like, and then she leaves, doesn't get any of that money back, and I just literally have her pay my mortgage off. No, I'm not about that. Like, I'm about fair, being equal and being fair. Like, I don't know why I wouldn't. Yeah. No. But I feel like most people are just selfish people, mate. So what's your plans for today, Fatty? Have you got any ideas?
Yeah, Max thought I was just going to walk away and not fucking say anything to me, just that I would just roll over and die, I guess. I don't know what she thought, but she was...
Some of them think that shit, though, don't they? I don't know if it's my internet or yours, mate. Something's cut out. Hello, Simon. What is going on? Can chat still hear me? Is anybody in chat? Because I think Mr. Fatty may have disappeared. May have disconnected. And it may just be me. Oh, are we back? It looks like a fatty's coming back. You're currently muted on my screen.
How's that? A little better?
That's better, yes. We've got you back, sir.
We got Mr. Simon. How you doing, mister?
Popping up, or...
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good
How are
morning,
ya?
Simon. How are you?
Should we get some more single folks telling me how I should or should not run my relationship with a married woman?
I don't know. You gotta listen to what you instinctively listen to. You're a grown man. You got a good beard. Like what?
Hey, man.
I'll die to grow a beard like yours.
That's only shit. That's
With
that's
all the
a
wisdom
day
in
and
the
a half
world.
right there.
I can't do it.
I got the old curly cues going. I do the Uncle Sam for 4th of July, so I got the big curly cues going this year.
Now you're getting fancy. No, now you're making me jealous. Stop.
What are the earlobe? Check that one out. Yeah, buddy. Don't do that too often. Mm-hmm.
People don't know what they have. I went to the barbers to get my hair cut, and the person that cut my hair had his father was in the background, like sweeping up the hair on the floor, and his father was like, "Why are you in here? You got good hair." I was like, "Yeah, I just want to get my hair cut." He was like, "Yo, people don't really appreciate when they got good hair." I was like, "God damn."
For real. Yeah, I had nice, good long hair. Shit, I haven't had long hair for 10, 15 years at least on the top. So a guy walks into the barber shop and he says, I want you to take a little off this side, and I want you to scalp it right here. I want you to buzz it down here, but leave this long. And leave a little flap up here, but I want a bald spot in the middle. The barber says, what the fuck? Why do you want that?
Yeah.
Says, well, that's what you did to me last time I was in here. It grew on me, shit, do it again.
Oh no. Yeah.
No, I had purple hair and blue hair and all kinds of shit there through high school, and finally let it go back out to blonde. And it's nice. It's fucking shoulder length. And but he got married. I promised him or told him if he ever got married, he started going bald in like freshman year, dude. By senior year, he was like, wings all the way back. Yeah. And like, so he started shaving his head by senior year. And I told him if he ever got married, I'd fucking shave my head. And of course, he held me to it. So I haven't had any more than about a number 2, number 3 since then. A little fade on the side, little fade on the back, but.
Fair enough, Fatty. Fair enough.
What the fuck are you doing if you're not chilling? Chill out! Everyone chill!
I still have the ability to have long hair, but I have gone clean shaven as of yesterday.
Yeah? Like, Bic on the top?
Yeah. No. Sorry. Clean shaven on my face. My hair's short at the moment.
You gotta
my hair's short at the moment.
A little bit of trim up at least for summertime, but.
Oh, well, I did that, and then all the fucking rain came back. It was fucking so warm for like 3 days. I was like, right, we're going to go shaving. And then I shave, and the next day, fucking rain. I'm like, yep, perfect. Just what I wanted.
Shit is barely 70 degrees up here in Pacific Northwest, at 100 degrees in fucking Texas. And I think we had 3.5 inch hail, all kinds of tornadoes going off the past couple of days in the Midwest.
Yeah, we had thunderstorms and shit.
Yeah, we're pretty blessed up, at least kind of north of Oregon. At least we don't get any hail, any high wind. Plus 60 mile an hour shit. Like fucking Midwest. It's just, why would anybody want to fucking live there? Holy shit! Look at
that. That's kind of like a hilarious.
There is some serious fucking.
Why did anyone want to live in the Midwest?
There's a reason they're called flyover states, right? I mean, yeah, we need farmers and shit, but like, it's just such a fucking. Don't get me wrong.
Some people like that.
People, but
some people like it.
What's the weather? What's the weather for you, Simon? Is it dry? Is it dry in London?
Say that again.
Is it dry in London at the moment?
It's been nice. This has been kind of miraculous. It's been kind of miraculous over the last week. You know what it's like already. 1 minute is like we get like 30 minutes of rain, and then the sunshine comes out. Then you got a rainbow. Like I've literally got like I can't go too far from my house because I got to switch my attire every 30 minutes, and this is why people don't really get my mood. When I say I'm hectic, I mean it's nothing to do with me.
Right.
Like nothing to do with me. Like the weather just switches up. It makes your mind go a bit wild. Like I'm 1 minute like I'm putting like Wellingtons on my door. The next minute like we're having to switch up and get on the bike, and it's just like the weather is wild over here. It's a little island. Do you get what I'm saying? Are you from the UK, Haku?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so are you from north, south, east, or west?
Yeah, I'm north, boy.
Yeah, so you must know what I'm talking about. People, wow. Even when like you go to work, it's the same thing. You gotta put an umbrella in your backpack and like have a puffer jacket. It's just like crazy.
It's like 4 seasons in one day. You just gotta expect it.
Yeah, so it makes you have a certain type of attitude.
Oh yeah, they do. Do you know what they say? The only thing certain in life is death and taxes. But if you're from Lancashire, fucking, you can put rain up there too.
Because I tell you now, it's a certainty.
Facts.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we're a wet country.
Yeah, you guys are worse than Seattle. I mean, at least Seattle gets a good 21 days of sunlight.
Well, we get about 12.
And you might even get like 14 in a row over there. Yeah. Rare occasion.
We had 14 in a row. They start fucking saying we have to ban fucking hose pipes. Fucking hell.
They're banning smoking. I mean, that's one of the wildest things. I never thought I'd ever hear that in my life. Like,
I know, I thought this. I thought
like taking away the right for someone to smoke. I mean, God, what? How can you legislate that? That's wild.
Literally murdered all of those companies. Like, all of those companies are just fucked now. If you're a tobacco
it's
company,
like
you are fucked. You spent all these years fucking building infrastructure, all your fucking farms that are farming the tobacco, all the fucking warehouses and the production facilities that are producing and packaging and doing all of this for your tobacco.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's just all thrown out the window.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, massive industry. Just see you later, mate.
Wow.
Like,
what do you think those factories are going to turn? I think those factories are going to turn into trap houses. They're going to turn into trap houses. You're going to get all the young people in there.
Well, I think that
trying to do some black market tobacco stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not even going to be a weed thing. We're like, yeah, do you want some tobacco?
If you saw Richmond, if you saw the company, the Richmond company, I think it's Players. I think they're called Players or whatever. That company started about 3 years ago. Started paying and buying all the vape companies. So I think they're going to transition to trying to sell vapes, but it's not really. I don't know. It just seems very unacceptable for like a business to just be able to get like basically just fucking outed by the government like that.
That makes no sense. Like in terms of in terms of the taxes, and I'm just like, that was astounding to me. I didn't see that coming. I really didn't.
No,
I was just like, wait a minute.
So high on it. They tax so high on it. Without tax, you're getting taxed like, I think it's like £22 in tax on a 50 gram of tobacco or something like that.
It's like, wow, someone's got someone's hand over something. I don't know what happened there, because Jesus, I mean, it's one thing to try and discourage the public to stop smoking, like by not even allowing the tobacco companies to advertise on their own product. Imagine you got your own shop and the government comes up to you and goes, you can't put your name up there. You can't put your name on. You can't put your name up. It's got to be blank. And in fact, I'm gonna put an image on here to discourage your customers. People still bought that shit.
Yeah.
They thought they were going to really affect smoking when they took it out of pubs and that. Do you know, like when they made it illegal to smoke in pubs? They thought that was going to take a big hit on smoking, and it didn't really stop it. And then, airplanes, and then like you said,
smoke on the airplanes. Now it's like, this is like, people find it weird. It's like, you can't smoke on an airplane and the plane's not gonna crash. It's like, now if someone sparks a cigarette in an airplane, they're like, put out.
Everyone's
you're gonna kill people. No.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be all right.
How frightened they make us.
Yeah.
God damn, they put fear in people.
Look,
man.
I remember flying
wild.
when the seat in front of you had a flick out ashtray in the seat.
Yeah, I don't. They still have the cigarette light. Do you know, like where it says that you can smoke? They still have that on a load of planes, where like they have the little light up cigarette emblem to tell you when you can smoke.
Because it's too expensive to change the furniture. But the thing is like most. They want to scare us, but be cheap at the same time at doing it. You get what I'm saying? It's like, oh, there's a little reminder over there. You could smoke previously, but you can't right now. Do you get what I'm saying? We're not about to change the furniture because we're not interested in that. We just want you to be scared.
Can't wear fucking shoes because some guy
God
wanted.
damn.
They do it with everything, though, don't they? It's wild.
Yeah, it is. It's a shame, because it just it shows you what's going on.
Right, because if they can start to remove tobacco from being able to be sold, what's so different about taking alcohol away?
They did that before, though, innit? And then people made
moonshine. Did, yeah, they tried.
What was that called? To do that. What was that called? Fatty, what was that called in the US? It was called something.
The Prohibition.
They did it.
And they took up the alcohol.
Yeah, Prohibition. That is it. Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't go well, right? And then the thing is, I don't know whether you know this. It was actually easier when I was a kid to buy underage to buy drugs than it was to buy tobacco, right? Because tobacco, I had to get it from a shop, and the shop actually gave a fuck, right? You might find a dodgy shop here or there, but generally shops care because they're actually overseen by a fucking government organization that can close them if they do get caught. Whereas a dealer who's just selling drugs, he doesn't care. He'll sell it to a 12-year-old. He don't care.
Yeah.
So then what you're actually going to do is just have people selling tobacco instead. Tobacco's not going to go anywhere. Kids aren't going to not smoke. Kids are still going to get hold of tobacco. They're just going to get it off a deal now.
Right.
It's going to be even more problematic.
That is wild, man. Tobacco dealers, come on. I mean, drugs is one thing. Is to outlaw tobacco. Come on, let's be real. And this is 2024. They're outlawing tobacco. Oh my!
You know full well.
Where are we? We're going back to 1825 tactics, man.
And then what's it called? You're going to have weed dealers selling tobacco and weed now.
Yeah.
Because you know what it's
Hack
like
and
in the
steel.
UK. We don't fucking smoke blunts. We smoke spliffs. Like, we put tobacco in that shit.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's a weird law. Like, it's a super weird law, and it worries me because it's like, what else can they start to do that with? Like, are they going to stop, like I say, alcohol? Are they going to start upping the age of alcohol until they remove alcohol from sales? Are they going to do the same with fucking caffeine? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, where does it end?
Yeah, I need someone to come in and reverse that one. Like, it is possible to go in and legislate, like reverse the legislation. I don't know what he was thinking about with that one. You know, I was like, okay. It's like, what would make you just like think, oh, he's sitting in his office and he's thinking, oh, what can I do? What can I do? Oh, I know, I'm gonna outlaw tobacco. Oh, the public's gonna
Like, we've
like
got
that.
homelessness issues.
I'm like,
we've
Jesus,
got
what?
NHS issues. We've got immigration issues. We've got all these actual big issues that are important. And what are we going to deal with? Smoking. Because that was on the tips of everybody's tongues.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted to deal with. Yeah. We weren't worried about our national health service falling apart at all. No, not at all. We were worried about the smoking. Yeah, that's what we were worried about.
Yeah. I swear I saw Jamie Oliver knocking at number 10 guy. Yeah, get rid of smoking. I mean, I don't get this stuff. Where did they come up with it from? It's like there are bigger issues in the world. You get what I'm saying? It's like, oh, and then you're gonna go, oh, I know. Every 15-year-old from here on in cannot smoke. Right. Okay. Okay. What do you think is gonna happen, bro? Last time you tried to make weed illegal, what's gonna happen, bro? God damn. This is stupid.
You just gave
bro,
all current 18-year-olds a way to make money.
What you try to just makes, yeah.
You literally just gave all current 18-year-olds a job, basically.
It's always cool to have conversations with you, Haku and Fatty, by the way.
Always.
I'm so glad
yeah,
you know, that I was available. I'm gonna go have a cigarette before I can't anymore.
I know, right? Until we'll get looked at. We'll
catch up with you guys later.
Yeah, mate. Take it easy. Have a nice day, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Have a nice day.
All right.
Be good. Don't forget your fucking umbrella, huh?
Yeah, bring your umbrella, bring your shorts too.
Never, ever give up. There'll be times in your life you'll want to quit, you'll want to go home. Just never quit.
See, one thing is, I think a law like that would get way bigger kickoff in like America. I don't think you guys would like be okay with a law like that being passed. Maybe you would.
No, it would never like even get through.
Yeah, I feel like you guys would fucking lose it over that.
I mean, it just depends though too. We got a lot of weird shit going with the, you know, basically the Supreme Court trying to give rights back to the states, and each state doing their own fucking thing. Well, we don't need 50 fucking countries. Okay, we need a unified front.
Yeah, true. We've had a thing recently with the counties and the councils, like the boroughs and county councils.
Yep.
That's like our version of states. They've been looking into one one city council called Preston City Council, and the way that they do things, because Preston City Council, any money that is given to them by the government never leaves Preston. It'll never go to an outside contractor, ever.
Right.
Nothing, no part of their money ever leaves Preston. Even if so much so that they have to actually create a new, fund and create a new company within Preston to facilitate it, they do that. And it's something that they're trying to push to other councils because, a lot of times these councils get money and then they'll contract out whatever they need doing to some foreign company. Right. And then the foreign company fucking goes bankrupt. We have no fucking way to basically undo what we've done. And then basically it's just all this money's been taken out of your actual city.
And then come to find out, politicians actually own that foreign company.
Yes.
And are just funneling the money into their own fucking bank accounts.
So the one that happened in Preston was a company called John Fishwick's. They hired this company to do the entire bus service in Preston, and they obviously funded this company. And then even with all the funding, this company went completely bankrupt. But obviously they're paying like the higher ups fucking crazy wages and all this type shit, and basically the whole bus service in Preston failed because of it. And then since then, they've basically said they'd never do that again, and since then they haven't. And now like all the other councils are trying to copy what they're doing, basically, to try and keep the money in the city that it's supposed to be from. So I think that's a better way of doing it too, to be honest. So the money your government's paying your council.
Yeah, in the meantime, I got a governor. Yeah, and giving themselves ridiculous raises and.
Yeah. It's the problem, isn't it, though? People's personal incentives. It never ends.
Yeah, so my governor just took it upon himself to not only say that we're not going to decriminalize or allow any medical marijuana in Idaho, which is now an island state because everybody around us and Canada are all at least medical. And he raised the mandatory minimum fine from $300 to $420.
That's wild. So they can just do that in any state if they want to?
Yeah, I spend quite a different organizations that are trying to get marijuana at least put on the ballot, if nothing else.
Isn't it technically still federally illegal in your country?
Great guy.
Or is it not?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that is the one thing that the state system seems to not be able to get laws that are working for every place. Well, everywhere seems to be a little crazy.
Yeah. That's the,
you don't have to worry about that in the UK.
I said it last night.
Like, there's no
on panel, but basically when the when the Republicans no, and each state has the right to do what they want to do, but there's a reason why we have federal mandates, and there's a reason why we had something like Roe versus Wade, for instance. It's a standard of care throughout, over the board standard of care, and we just don't have. I mean, fuck, bro, we can't even get a group of people to agree upon what's true anymore.
Yeah.
And because people realize that, in the 70s and in the 80s and in the 90s, when you saw a picture that said rendition or rendering, that was AI putting a picture together off of an idea, right? This fucking dude, I was studying flat Earth shit in the mid 90s. Like the stuff that's coming out the past couple days, let alone the past couple months, from the James Webb Telescope to all the tests and shit that's coming up that's going on that are, results are coming in. Like there's some pretty big shit going on, and most people are just like, well, everything's fake, so I'm just going to tune out. Okay. I mean,
I
it just
hate
doesn't
that.
make any fucking sense to me.
When you start doing
at least know
your information is fake information and my information is correct. It's just the end of all discussion. Like,
the thing about psyops is it's propaganda. A psyop is propaganda. Just the word, just putting that word into society is the psyop. The information behind any of it is all bullshit. One way or another, it doesn't fucking matter what the information even is. Just getting people to think that things aren't true is the psyop. That is the whole entire point of the psyop. Not the information behind it, and it has nothing to do with the information at all.
Yeah, then you don't know which information is true, which isn't, so now you can't make any informed decision because
it makes it a hell of a lot easier for Telegram and all these other stupid fucking apps to turn into political debate me bro culture shit and this agreed upon collective that this fucking deep state bullshit, whatever fucking narrative that they're running with.
That's it. I also think it's like such a defeatist mentality to have.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's 100%. Yeah, against us, and like, it just honestly, you should have some. Yeah, you need some trust in your government. Yeah, you shouldn't trust them fucking ultimately and think that they could never do anything wrong.
Yeah,
but you should have some trust that like the system isn't just out to get you. Like, yeah.
Yeah, we're electing some pretty stupid fucking people to office, and even stupid people are voting for them, and even stupid people are not and still supporting them.
Yep.
And then everybody else, like this whole dropout fucking dope vote mentality, like that. This is like
toxic.
What do you guys get for Project 2025 information where you're at?
Not the most. Why? What for you guys?
Not much. Just wondering kind of what you know about it and what you've heard about it, I guess, more than anything.
Yes, but I've not done like research into it really, so I can't. And it's nowhere near on any of our media or anything like that, right? So
pretty much why I put this stuff back together is to do a couple of deep dives on that. The amount of money and the amount of influence that's behind it is so fucking un-American and just absolutely just fucking pisses me off. There's an old school thought about America and being Americans, especially on Memorial Day, right? Where you think about fallen soldiers and not just for one cause or the other, right? But for any cause.
We have the same. Obviously, we have Memorial Day for our fallen soldiers and the Remembrance Day where we all wear poppies and blah, blah, blah. Like that.
And we got Memorial Day, Veterans Day, whatever, all the presidents' birthdays and shit and everything else. But this is really supposed to be like a somber day of.
We don't do no president birthday bullshit. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We do the Queen and King's birthdays and stuff, but we don't care about the president or prime minister.
Well, we got to have at least one paid day off a month. So between the holidays and all the birthdays that they've came up with to celebrate, we've got at least one a month.
Yeah, we don't.
Well, I don't really do time off no matter what because that's just the way I am.
Well, me, dude. I just pulled fucking 13 hours doing white glove treatment on a place where the owners are showing up tomorrow morning at whatever.
You know how much. You all know how much kids' birthday parties fucking cost, mate, don't you? So
dude. Yeah, I put 2 through college and another one through fucking whatever the fuck you're doing.
So spent a lot of money this weekend, but we're trying to recuperate,
Dude. Yeah, it's definitely weird having the kids gone and being an empty nester and just kind of a totally different routine. Not having to worry about all that fucking extra money, you know, because shit, yeah, every weekend we were doing something. By the time they got older, I mean, fuck.
Yep.
Between wrecking cars and, you know, fucking needing everything else in the world. Then both my girls did 2 semesters abroad, one in college and one in high school. So they were all over the country, you know, before they even graduated college. And holy shit, dude, it's fucking. I know the hectic feeling that Simon talks about. It's definitely
Yeah, for sure.
something I've dealt with. Fucking A.
Yeah,
The
sure.
first year of kids not being around, I was like, God damn, it's just so fucking quiet around here. I couldn't even think about like even being here. It was so damn quiet. Reworked the business, started taking on some different commercial jobs, and the fucking grocery stores are great for vendor services, doing the build outs for the delis and all the counters and the racks and shit on the big supermarket rebuilds. All the supermarkets are doing, you know, probably every 3 to 5 years, they're remodeling one major area of the store, updating all the electronics and electrical security systems, fucking drop ceilings, and it's always good money and shit. But then it's nighttime work. It's great. There's nobody in the store. Fucking turn on flow state on every speaker in the whole fucking store.
Oh, I'm sure your workers love that.
Just depends. You know, depends on what we got going on. But these houses down at Gaza Ranch are fucking insane, dude.
My missus is always like not giving a fuck about like what fucking stupid shit I'm getting up to on YouTube, right? Because like she doesn't care for that shit, right? But recently she's actually started watching because I've been asking her to design the Weirdo Wonderland thing, like make a program for it that can just run nicely from their computer.
So I was talking with Gen X Jeff too. I'm not sure if you know who that is. He's a bald dude that he comes up on Purple Combat once in a while. Him and his buddy do the Outliers in Exile podcast at noon Pacific. So it'd be like 8 p.m. or something around your time. But they know a lot about the stream. I was talking to them about that stream app and a couple different apps and some different things. You need to collaborate with probably. You know, the other thing to do is going to be to build a website and do a stream it. There's fucking, I don't know. There's tons of options, but yeah, I think we should set up something on Mel's panel like after like even Monday, because only so many people are going to want to roast each other, and just have a collaboration of how to get shit done on that. And there's some really cool potential for that shit.
Yeah. I've never used Streamlabs, so I'm not sure how that platform works. Like the only time I've ever used it is to click on a link and join.
Yeah.
When I've done streaming in the past, it's been through OBS.
Steam is the other app that she bought the Clue game from.
Yeah, Steam's fine, but I just don't understand why you can't like stream a game straight to Streamlabs like you could on OBS. So.
Yeah, I think the other thing is she depends on, well, I guess too on a couple things. It almost makes sense to run that game off of somebody's, high test super speed computer, and then just have her stream it through and work on, on how to set up the moves and whatever. That Clue game she got is actually a pretty badass platform that I think you can have 10 or 12 people playing at the same time and shit.
Yeah. It's not really a hard thing to code, like overall, like a card game like style, really.
So I don't think it should be that hard to get it to run on a stream, but fuck knows. You can definitely do it through OBS with the Cluedo game, but the problem is with that is like, if you're doing the Cluedo game, you're not going to have that actually work with the characters you've made and shit like that. So obviously you're going to have to add like your own creativity and imagination.
Right. Which is kind of what it's mostly about, really. But trying to do the, 3.5, 4 month, 6 month, 1 year deal of having something pre-processed would be, well, but like I said, though, this shit could be coded out so easy and written in a way that you can incorporate each individual's unique avatar and have more of a choose your own adventure type of situation.
Yeah, and then instead of like using the standard Cluedo stuff, like in the dining room type thing, you could have it like locations that are more make sense in Weirdo Wonderland. So you could have like, I don't know, like if it is about like Wonderland, like Alice in Wonderland, you could have like Alice in Wonderland locations and stuff, and weapons that you might find in the Wonderland world, and then it would all be a bit more encompassing of the overall like theme. And it wouldn't, like I say, it shouldn't be that. I don't code. My missus does so, but it shouldn't be that difficult to do, really.
No, it's not. It's just a matter of the time. And I mean, fuck, if there was somebody that could do it, I'd fucking pay him straight out just because I'd pay for instant gratification. Fucking A.
Well, I'm trying to, like, me and Mel are trying to get a time where we can sit with me, my missus, and Mel and that in the Discord and chat about what we want.
Yeah. Well, count me in on some of that, because there's at least a few guys. I know Jeff's got a good amount of knowledge on the coding and implementation of how to work Steam and then of course rebroadcast it. I'm probably, fucking maybe 75% familiar with what I need to be on Discord or on OBS. But until these sons of bitches get this fiber optic shit put back together, I'm running on like 10% bandwidth right now. They got the fiber all jacked up in this new hub. And speaking of which, Mr. Red,
I just got fiber installed on my new property that I'm not living in yet, but I've just had fiber installed there.
Well, it's fucked up is they're selling this whole 5G package over here and all this bullshit. And I got buddies that are in the cell phone tower game and in the building of towers and maintaining the towers and the hooking up of houses and linemen and everything. There's no fucking 5G. We're barely running on 3G as far as it goes.
Yeah. Well, in the UK, they have this like, they call it fiber to the home, but it's like fucking just a lie, and it's not actually a fiber optic cable all the way to your house. It's just
that's like pretty much what it is. Yeah,
copper cable up to the fucking mast, and then a fiber optic ran from the mast to your house, and then it's like that's not really fucking helping, brother. Like, look, and then sometimes they're not even actually installing fiber optic through into your property. Actually it's still copper wires. There's just a section of fiber somewhere, and then they can call it fiber to the home. It's ridiculous.
That's pretty much what we got going on all the overhead shit that's been being updated on the overhead poles, and then the underground shit, like all new subdevelopments are underground.
And then Korea have like a standard of internet in South Korea that is like absolutely fucking astronomical.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
this one's fucking cool.
Resto's probably averaging like fucking 3 gigs. Like, whereas like
Yeah, that'd be like a low internet over there.
Yeah.
Like, they got so good internet. Like, I did see a chart about it the other day, and they are like 10 times ahead of even China or Taiwan or whoever it was that was second place.
Yeah, bigger than shit.
Yeah. Average internet speed per country. Let's see if I can find this.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 times fucking stronger or some shit. God, how did that go? I forget. I pulled that one up on Mill's panel.
Korea. I don't think there's some of them that are kind of surprising. Like Finland had a high one, I think it was. No.
Yeah.
No, this is mobile speeds. No, not mobile speeds. Wi-Fi speeds, motherfucker.
Yeah, Wi-Fi. Might have fell down a peg. Shit.
Did I fucking see a fucking mad list that wasn't fucking... Oh no, Singapore. What? No. What did I see that said the fucking average speed of fucking Korea was so high?
Yeah, it was this. I pulled this one up on Mel's panel last week.
Maybe I'm fucking tripping balls. I didn't think I'd done fucking any hallucinogens for a while, but fuck. They say acid can stay in your spine, don't they?
What the shit?
Man, can you drive, bro? Fucking retard. Sorry.
What is this? Yeah, 13. 161.
It's well funny. Resto
Yeah,
was
we're
in chat when I was talking about
you in Brazil. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, I went to try and find
Brazil,
the
France, Japan.
I thought it was Korea.
Yeah.
Fastest.
Yeah, this one on the right side of the screen. Yeah, South Korea's got the biggest and most and fastest systems, and they're actually on real 5G. Like we're barely on. Yeah, look at our little number down here, America. Fucking, you guys are at 4.8. We're at 5.1, but then you're at fucking actually more speed for what it's being purposed for. It's all a fucking scam, dude. They're selling us air.
Yeah, pretty much.
All this fucking cell phone shit and all this fucking. The whole cell phone game is such a scam. I got buddies that are managers with Verizon, and they're like, "It's fucking yeah, dude. You're selling people airwaves."
Pretty much at fucking astronomical prices.
How much is something worth? Well, it's what people will agree upon for it to be worth. You know, we've agreed that this is something that we all need, and that it's worth, you know, the $100 a month or whatever. When it's fuck, dude, you get the phones for like $40 on freaking Temu. It's the same exact phone. By the time you pay all the payments, all your interest and everything, dude, you're like fuck $2,800, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for phone. Insane.
Fucking 4 tubes of rolling paper might not be enough, and I might have to go get more rolling paper. That is wrapping paper, sorry. That is what I have just been informed. We love it.
GLTE.
I have got pretty good internet though at the 2 properties that I'm at currently.
Yeah, it's just weird. They shit, I'd probably get better service going straight through the phone, actually. know what this shit's been. We got these guys from, I think they're Guadalajara or something, that come up here and work for the cable companies, digging the ditches and running the pipe pullers and the pipe pushers and shit through the neighborhoods. And they're just fucking shit up and fucking hitting utilities, killing people's plants and trees and shit, and popping sprinklers all over the place and not fixing anything, burying stuff, you know, ending up with flood outs on people's sprinkler systems. And a buddy of mine started a landscape company specifically just to chase those guys around. He's been busy for 2 years with nothing but repairs and back charges to the freaking cable companies, and getting stiffed on most of that shit until the end of the year. But a lot of fucking work.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I got pulled up here too. Yeah, this is the joint that I'm building these houses in for pretty much the past 20 years. And
Oh. Is that mine?
$7 to $8 million cabins.
Damn.
Probably mine. There's the clubhouse.
Yeah, I ain't building $1 million properties at the moment. We're renovating some old buildings.
Yeah.
For rental properties.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
So when we
current
originally
endeavor.
built these, it was all the posts and beams were super dark and rough on. Now we're going in and smoothing them all out, taking them down to like ultra smooth, 220 grit. All the countertops have all been redone, probably through. Everything's going to this postmodern fucking exposed steel, exposed beams. Pretty cool,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I like the rustic looks still better.
Yeah, I like
this fireplace has been redone 7 times.
I like the old school
Originally that
manor.
was all, naughty big on and
Well, like I don't know whether your houses are like this, but like one of the properties I'm doing up now is like so old that it's like one of those that had a fire in every room.
Yeah.
So they had a fireplace in every single room. So yeah.
That bunk bed setup was now fucking 30 grand. I think we charged them for that one. Yeah, that was fun. That was a pain in the ass, actually, with the fucking stupid wood panels. We did the whole thing white, and then they came back and wanted it in wood grain, so we tore all the white out. And
wow!
But every 2 or 3 owners, they'll end up going through the whole interior. Yeah, originally these were all. Originally, this was all fucking rough sawn black walnut flooring with black walnut amenities, and now we're into this, ultra modern, clean chic, smooth surfaces and no texture. White on white on white with some wood grain and a fucking Jimi Hendrix picture on the wall.
Yeah, I prefer the older, more traditional manor, old school. We have a lot of that in the UK because a lot of the houses are really fucking old. So.
Yeah, this place was a 2.5 year build.
Fucking hell.
And actually fucking beat their estimated time by like 3 months on this place. 20 mil, 22 mil, no big deal. Be there, a couple of weeks out of the year, so only the best, right? That's the new style shit right there. Is all postmodern, clean exterior walls that are all pocketed. So all your exterior backyard walls all disappear basically. You got the indoor, outdoor, open floor plan, so to say. All this exposed steel, fucking actual 1/4-inch steel plate, and exposed steel post and beam, exposed red iron, painted black, oil basically to get the patina look. If these old cabins, when these went in like 03, you get into one of these for fucking 2 mil. Now they're running at 6 to 7.
Wild.
Yeah. We're taking that, so that's the exterior deck. We're taking these exterior walls that used to be 3 big windows and a door, and putting these big pocket systems in. So you basically got to go into the original framework and take all the triple double header systems out from the inside, get all that drywall and shit out to where you can get the 2 metal posts put in which case we got to go down underneath the deck and pour some bigger footings and re-support some shit so we got the weight bearing that we need to. It's a pretty fucking extensive system, but it really does, dude, it makes such a difference. Like, these cottages were pretty fucking small, and being able to pop the back decks up like that it's been sweet. That fucking table, Restoration Hardware at all? The company for furniture?
Yes.
Oh, I probably didn't. Yeah, Restoration Hardware is the shit, dude. They're the high dollar, big money shit. And I can take a couple logs that fell down in a windstorm or whatever. I got a tree business, and we don't do a lot of trimming and shit anymore like we used to. But when we get storms, we'll go out and do all the storm damage, harvest all the maple trees and the elders and the elms and the hardwoods, Get paid to take them to the dump. Instead of going to the dump, they go up to the lot. We got a wood miser up there and slab up all our own wood. And do stuff like this outdoor table right here, the Restoration Hardware design. Dude, like $4,000 for that piece of shit fucking table. That interior dining table, fucking $11,000, $12,000. And it's just, there's nothing, that's teak. Sure, it's teak, but big fucking deal. Like, there's nothing exotic about it. There's nothing saying that it should be worth anything like that. But this is all locally harvested shit, which the people up here just love. And, give them a little bit of break and whatever on the price for what it's worth, being not their Restoration Hardware brand. But fuck, I got a guy busy 3 to 4 days a week just cutting wood, cutting slabs. A lot of the siding will cut ourselves back ordered. Yeah, $5 million, that's fucking not bad. And that was that's all knotty alder shit that we had to replace all the skin on and smooth down all the beams. Fuck, what a pain in the ass. Like, we redid most of these kitchens. There's a dozen. There's 2, so there's 36 of these cabins with flopped layouts. Pretty much most of them have gone from rustic to fucking postmodern smooth on smooth bullshit. Let's have one that's fucking eagle's nest at. Yeah, only the best.
I was just sorting out my dog.
Yeah.
And throwing my phone around, it seems. Oh.
So yeah, there's Lakeshore Lodge down on the water line, the marina. No, that's the upper condos. That's not even. There's. What the fuck? No, that's a mirror image. Pretty sure that's fucked up. This is the first one we did. The actual fucking. Did the. And that fucking jack that was. Turned out off and added 2 bonuses and 1,600 square feet worth of livable space. There we go. Dude left a cigarette burning on the fucking job site. Fucking burnt down one of these houses about 2/3 of the way through the build. Not fucking good. Not good at all. That was fucking. That was a big
You don't want
fuck
people
up.
burning down. That's for sure.
Yeah. Flicked a cigarette out on the side of the fucking building and probably got into a pile of sawdust or some shit and fucking cut the side of the building on fire. And yeah, not good.
Luckily, everything over here is so fucking wet, you'd have a hard time trying to start a fire.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be pretty fucking screwed this year. We didn't get what we needed for snowpack at all. We were 4 to 6 feet short, and usually we'll have snow,
shit.
you know, up until 4th of July up in the woods, but yeah, we're not going to have shit here. Probably within the month
We
it'll
don't
be
really
gone.
get
We're going to have real bad. Yeah. And then we got the other golf course in Coeur d'Alene, the Coeur d'Alene Resort golf course. It's got the world's first, and I think maybe still only, floating green.
Yeah.
Pretty dope. Tee boxes back up here, so anywhere from fuck way out to like 280 yards sometimes.
Oh.
Pretty intense shooting at that thing.
Yeah.
We got the
For
Blues
sure.
Brothers coming in here in a couple of weeks for our big concert, cancer fundraiser for the Chamber of Commerce and all that shit. Fucking always something going on. Every weekend there's something going on around here. It's fucking crazy. We just got approved. just this week approved another Marriott hotel downtown. There's going to be fucking some major construction going on around here, and shit's going to be totally different in 5 years.
Yeah.
Ton of fucking people coming in, and Gretzky was kind of the first one that moved in up here, and this discovery and then just like lake clubs, and they own the Yellowstone, not Yellowstone, their own ski resort over in Montana, and you buy into the Discovery lifestyle and the Discovery Life program, and then you can kind of bounce around all the different properties and stay in different places as people aren't there. They'll rent these places out to other members, so they're really not sitting vacant. Up here in the wintertime, it's fucking ghost town. There's nobody around. I think there's 2 permanent residents in this whole development of 3 lots that are pretty much already sold. Like we're almost sold out. Yeah, there's a good aerial.
There's so much land in the US that you can do that shit.
Come on.
Oh. I might actually stream a new game later. If I can be honest.
Yeah, the whole. So this arrow point.
One second.
On Coeur d'Alene Lake.
Mrs. is calling me. I will be right back.
Yeah, buddy. Driftwood. Yeah, that's driftwood down there. Oh, wait. No, that's driftwood point there. Echo Point, Echo Bay. Arrow Point. What used to be called Squaw Bay, and what used to be called Nigger Point. And it's still recognized on a lot of local maps as Nigger, Nigger Point. Pretty weird. Looking back the other way, Coeur d'Alene sits on the north shore of Coeur d'Alene Lake. Arrow Point sits just right across. You got this little Tubbs Hill area that's kind of a running trails, dog trails, bunch of little beaches and alcoves, and I don't know, probably 30, 40, 50 different little spots that you can post up for the day or whatever. Little campsites, well, not campsites, but little picnic sites and stuff. And Resort Golf Course sits over to the side down in there with the floating green. It's pretty bad. You got all these spots down there that haven't even started to be roads, just littered with the cabins that you get into as your first time, whatever you call it. You know, takes 2 to 3 years to get your fucking cabin built, your estate home built down on your lot. So you got to get into a cabin first, and then kind of work your way up through the timeline of waiting for contractors and permits and architects and planning and HOAs and planning and more HOAs. And yeah, the guy, this was all cattle farm. The guy back in the day dug these ponds and ran pump and 4, 6, 8-inch steel casing pipe down to the lake and had water rights, which is mainly the reason why they got to be able to do this whole shit. Is they got these ponds that they can pump lake water up into, use the settling ponds to water the course. You're not paying city water and municipal water for all this shit. It's just fucking pretty gnarly in the spring. You get all the algae and all the sprinkler systems overspray onto people's cars and houses and shit, and just cake this shit with algae. It took those guys probably 2 years to build that one, including a year of just chipping up the foundation and getting the foundation built. That's the fucking hard part. Yeah, pretty fancy. Too much to even keep track of up there anymore. Like that one was cool. The fucking overhung. Dope. Damn, that sucks.
Levine goes up there. Wayne Gretzky. Heading up to Idaho, where Kim and Kanye are vacationing, and the town they're in is beautiful.
It is. Have you been, Coeur d'Alene?
Coeur d'Alene. I have not been. Coeur d'Alene.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, but it has become a hotspot, not just for, and obviously maybe this is how they heard about it from some of their celebrity friends, Adam Harry Styles. It's an odd thing that there's a lot of Hollywood going there.
Conservative.
Like resort vibe, Coeur d'Alene has for a very, very long time had that tradition, you know. And as you said, celebrities have been slowly going there, you know, for a while. Now Idaho recently. So this seems to be fitting a certain pattern.
Well, except here's the overlay that's troubling. 2016, Lane, there have been white supremacists issues there for decades. And you know,
back to the 70s.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and it's just, you know, and that is not to paint everybody in the town that way, because it's not true. They're famous for it, actually.
Yeah,
I'm sure they want to shake that image, but.
Well, it's an odd thing because it is a beautiful town. It is a resort town, and you have a lot of people who go there in the summer. You go in the winter, there's skiing. But, you know, there's a reality of what's also going on there.
By the way,
you just wonder how much people hear about it and are exposed to any of it while they're there.
That would be my question as well. Just like, you know, how much are Kim like aware about that going on?
It got a lot of press in the last
back in the day years. Look, you know, if they've shaken that, and that's not something people think anymore.
By the way, look at this cabin; it's beautiful. This is the cabin they rented. It's really pretty.
Yeah, worth over about 1.8 million.
It is beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what they originally looked like. Was all the super thick floors, matching materials for basically everything was, you know, if it was walnut, it was walnut. If it was fucking hickory, it was hickory. Fucking 2 or 3 storage units full of fucking cabinets. All the cabinets get pulled out. All this shit goes away. Fucking throw it in the dumpster, right? Fucking stupid ass pink. Fuck. Cool butcher block though. It's fucking maple hardwood. Yep. Good shit.
It is beautiful.
Wow.
I mean, that is a wow. I know, that is just spectacular.
I want to go there.
Oh,
It's,
you know,
I'm sorry, Reagan.
I
Reagan's telling
think-
us to go. I want to see the
I
rest
think
of
at
it.
some point you
Yeah, all this shit gets torn off and fucking redone. All these fucking chimneys. What a pain in the ass.
go, all right, so maybe there might be some KKK around, but
Certainly
No,
not
it's
in this.
Fun stuff. Yeah, there's Gen X Jeff. Right there. He's got the Where's an Exile podcast or whatever they do.
Few different ways to stop self-sabotaging yourself. Let's dive in. The success or the failure of a business, a mindset of the business owner. And you could do on and off. And if you clicked it off, it would turn off all of the fear, all of the stories, all of the amygdala, the thing that's bringing the fears into your life, all of your limiting beliefs. So you could flip this little switch and turn all of those things off. Do you think you would be more successful? And it's always a resounding yes, of course.
Nope. Nope. You gotta harness that shit. Fucking make it work.
Which shows that the people who are in the room, basically all of us, make our lives harder than it needs to be.
Yeah.
If we would be more successful if there was a switch where we could turn off our fears and our limiting beliefs and our stories about ourselves. And so today I'm going to talk about those stories, those beliefs, the self-sabotage that we have. And we're going to talk about how you fight for what you don't want and you fight for your insecurities more than the things that you actually want. And I was thinking about this because I had a team member and we were just talking about his life. We were talking about his goals. And I noticed that as he was explaining his life goals to me and what he was working towards, he kept throwing these little teeny tiny reasons why it was going to be hard or why it was going to be difficult for him or why he might not succeed at it. And he was telling me about his goals and what he wanted, but then he had these little things of like, yeah, but it might be hard. And why it might not work out, all of the challenges that would pop up, all of the reasons why he wasn't ready, why now wasn't the right time, everything. And he was like, what? Because I'm the mindset mentor, I'm supposed to be the guy who gets people all excited. That's why I hate being called a motivational speaker, because that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to motivate. If I were to guess your money down on this, you're not going to hit that goal that you're telling me about. And he's like, okay. I was like, you want to know why? Because you have not given me one really good reason why it's going to work out. You've been telling me all of the obstacles, all of the reasons why it's not going to work out, why now's the right time, why you're not qualified, why you're not ready. You're finding all of the obstacles in your way and you're telling me about the obstacles, and not once have you told me about the opportunities that are lying in front of you. We tend to focus on all the obstacles that could be in front of us, and we never focus on the actual opportunity of what could become of us, of our life, of our families, if we do the thing that we ultimately want to do. And if, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. This isn't something that just happens, you know, in the case of my my employee, this isn't something that just happens here. It happens over in your life. It happens in your relationship. It happens in your bank account. It happens in your mindset. It happens everywhere. And I was like, you've given me 10 to 15 in the past like 7 minutes, 10 to 15 small reasons why it might not work out, but not one good reason why it's going to work out. You've basically sold me on why you're not going to succeed. You've sold
yourself more than anything else. It's fucking social programming, fucking Catholic guilt working its way into every nook and cranny of society. Always looking for the negative, always looking for the worst possible fucking scenario.
Me on why you're not going to win the race. And you haven't even put your foot on the starting line. Yeah, I guess I do. I was like, how's that working for you?
Patiently crouched starting line.
Well. You know, and so it's really important for us to start to be honest, the way he was doing it, it was very unconscious. It's like subconsciously coming out. And I had to bring it to him, and he's like, yeah, I guess I do kind of do that often. And so it tends to be, you know, there's a lot of reasons why this is, but it's the belief we have in ourselves.
Yeah.
Which stems from our childhood. You know, it comes from our internal story that we'll, you know, being the worst player on a baseball team, and we start telling ourselves, I'm not good enough, I'm the worst. It's all these millions of little teeny tiny events and happenings in our past that build up this personality of who we think we are, this identity of who we think we are. It's not who we are, it's who we think we are. It's our perception of ourselves. And so we have this story, and you can, you know, like think about it. Some of you guys have had parents that have, and I've heard many stories over the course of my, you know, professional career doing this, where people talk about how their parents talked down to them, about how they weren't smart enough, about how they weren't good enough, about how nobody in our family is athletic, so you won't be either. And there's all these little teeny tiny stories that come from parents that children kind of pick and choose which ones they want, and they kind of take them in, they kind of build them into their own identity. Then there's also other children, there's bullies that, you know, you might have been not really good at sports, and then there was a kid that was in your class that was really good at sports, and he used to make fun of you for not being good at sports. And then he built this internal story of, you know, not being good enough to do anything. Or maybe you fail a class and the kid sitting next to you is kind of a little shitty kid, and he's like, oh, you're stupid. And then you start thinking that you're stupid to yourself. Like this is what happens. And so we build up this whole thing. And so then as my team member is speaking to me, all of these little teeny pieces of his story, I'm starting to notice and I'm listening to, and I'm like, you've counted yourself out and you haven't even started anything yet. And so it's super important to understand that. And the second reason why I find a lot of people do this, and we tend to self-sabotage, is if and when you don't hit your goal, you don't feel as let down. And so because of the fact that you're thinking to yourself, oh, I really want this, but then you're telling yourself 10 to 15 reasons why it's probably not going to work out, you self-sabotage and either don't start or you give up in the middle of it because you're going to lose anyway. So you might as well not finish. Because if you're going to lose anyways, why put any more? Why put an ounce of energy more? And then if you do end up putting the effort through and end up going through and you don't succeed the way that you want to, you don't feel as let down. So you are like, oh, well, that's okay, because I knew I was going to, it's hard to get yourself really excited about something and then be let down by it and not have it, right? It's easier to be like, oh, I'm probably going to fail. And then when you do fail, you're like, well, at least I wasn't excited about it. But if you're focusing on it not working out, it's not going to work out. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy is what it is. And I don't know about you, but I would rather talk to myself, like talk well to myself and build myself up and get myself excited and try to build my confidence and fail at something than talk down to myself and fail so that I don't feel as let down. I don't feel like shit the entire time I was trying to do it, right? I was building myself, I was trying to get better. So I'd rather talk myself up and fail than talk down to myself and tell myself, oh, it's not going to work out, and then fail and not feel as let down by doing it. Because then you're just beating yourself up the entire time. For most people, you'd rather be miserable and right in your failure than uncomfortable and possibly be wrong and succeed. It's the weirdest thing that I see is that because of the fact that you have failed so many times, You're more comfortable in failure than you are in success. And succeed and then not succeed, and you're right about your failure, then really uncomfortable for an extended amount of time to go do something you've never done before and possibly be wrong about yourself and succeed at it. It's the craziest thing. And most people don't want to be miserable, that are miserable, but it's comfortable. So they go back to the comfort. Even though they don't want to be there, they go back to the comfort. So in this case, I'm sitting down and I'm talking to my team member, and I was like, tell me why it's going to work. Tell me about all of the opportunities in front of you. And tell me how it's an amazing opportunity, and build this amazing story for me. And he started saying it will work because of this, and it will work because of that. And these are the opportunities that are in front of me. But there was like no passion behind it. There's no belief behind it. I could tell that he felt like he was full of shit. And I was like, stop. I was like, I don't believe you. And if I don't believe you, you don't believe you. So stop. And I want you to start over again. I want you to tell me, as if you're trying to sell me on why this is going to work with you. Why is this going to work? Make me believe it. Tell me the opportunities. Tell me as if I am an investor and I'm trying to invest into your future. Why is this going to work with you? Like, sell me on this opportunity. It's going to work because of this, and it's going to work because of that. It's a great opportunity. Everything, as he started to actually talk about it and start to talk about it, he started believing in it more, and started believing it more. And as he started believing in it more, his tonality changed and his body language changed. Everything about him changed because he actually started speaking it into existence, started believing it. And as he started believing it, he started getting more excited, and his body language changed. He started to sit up a little bit more. His hands started moving more. And I was like, does that feel different for you? His exact answer was, I literally feel different in my body.
Yeah.
So what would your life be like if you went and looked at everything through the lens of opportunity, not the lens of obstacles? All too often, I see people fighting for reasons why they will not succeed. I see people all over the world fight for their insecurities. I've told this story before on the podcast, but years ago, I ran an event for all business owners, and I turned to the person I was running, Dean. Running the event with him, and I go, watch. It was silent for a while. Triggered. Are you triggered? And she's like, I am triggered. And I was like, okay, why are you triggered? I'm like, I can't do it because of this and because of that. And, you know, you're my coach, and you're not even consistently hitting $1 million a month. So if you're not, like, why aren't you hitting it? And then she started getting kind of aggressive. And I was like, this is what I was looking for. Right. And so, and she's like, why aren't you at $1 million every single month? We were talking about it, and she was like, I'm not going to do it because of this. And I could tell that looking at the opportunity of her business being bigger than she could possibly imagine started triggering her in some sort of way. And then she started fighting for her insecurities, fighting for why she's not going to. And she was unconsciously selling me on why it's not going to happen. And I had her come up to she was like so into it. I was like, come on up, come up to the front. Let's talk about it. And she was up in the front. She was freaking out and all this stuff. Not freaking out. She was very triggered. You could tell. So it was nothing but love. And I was like, hey, do you see how you're fighting for your insecurities? And she was like, I guess. And I was like, when I asked you, why aren't you making $1 million a month? You started aggressively telling me, I could tell in your body language and your tonality. All you did was sell me on your insecurities, sell me on why it's not going to work. I was like, I've never seen you that aggressive for why it is going to work. So why don't you sell me on your opportunities the same way, with the same amount of passion, with the same amount of emphasis into everything. I was like, do you think that you're not going to succeed kind of often? She's like, yeah, I do. I was like, do you have your insecurities come up a lot throughout the day when you're trying to build your business? She's like, absolutely, all of the time. She's like, it's harder to stop my mind from talking shit to me than it is to build my business. But my business isn't growing because I can't stop my mind. And so I was like, if you can sell me so passionately on why you can't do something, can you still be right? That's the crazy part about it. They'll fight for the reasons why it won't happen so that when it doesn't happen, they were right. Versus I'd rather jump off into possibility and be wrong and succeed. Right? Your brain will go negative. So you have to be intentional about finding the positive. You need to start noticing this. You need to be intentional. You need to be more, become more self-aware of when your brain starts to go towards the negative. When your story starts to tell you why you're not good enough, why you're not smart enough, why it's not going to work out, why you're going to be alone forever, whatever it might be. You need to get better at selling yourself on the reasons why it will work. And you switch your mindset around it. It's in cognitive behavioral therapy, it's called cognitive reframing. You have to become aware of all of the stuff that you want to change first. You can't change anything that's outside of your awareness, but when something's inside of your awareness, you can change it. And so become aware and start journaling. Okay, next time this happens, this is what I'm going to do, and come up with a plan. Then become aware of when it does happen, whatever it might be. You talking down to yourself, why it's not going to work, why you're self-sabotaging, and whatever it might be that's popping up. So you have to become aware in the moment next. And then you need to intentionally change your thoughts and your actions around that thing. Intentionally change your thoughts and your actions. That's cognitive reframing. You need to repeat over and over again. You need to become the bouncer of your mind. It is, I promise you, it is very tedious. It is so damn tedious. I've been doing it for so long in my life, but it is so important. And if you start changing your thoughts over and over and over and over again, I always say you can't control your first thought, but you can always control your second thought. And if you control your second thought enough, over years, not 2 or 3 months, but over years, your second thought will eventually become that first thought that you want to become. It's so tedious, but it's so important. I try to challenge my thinking as often as I possibly can. It is a debate in my head almost all day long. It's a debate when I notice my old story that I don't want anymore, that I got through childhood and through adolescence and through teenage years and college and all of that. And I look at it and I say, is that true? Is that true, or is it just my perception? And I want to, is it true? Is in cognitive behavioral therapy, they say to test the validity of your thoughts. So I'm testing, is that true that I was just thinking that thing about me or about my success or who I'm going to be or the people around me or my family or whatever it is? Is that true, or is that just my perception? Guess what? It's always my perception. And if perception is just a part of the whole story, what else could be true that is outside of my perception? Is there another side to the coin that I'm now not allowing myself to see? And I'm testing every single thought. And once you test it enough, you'll realize it's like a house of cards. You just give it one good flick and the whole thing comes falling down. Your whole belief system just comes falling down. And then you can start to rebuild your belief system the way that you want to believe your belief system. And so the reason why you self-sabotage is because of who you are, how you were raised, things that you picked up along the way. And a lot of it is very, very unconscious. But your job as an adult listening to this podcast is to become very conscious of your belief system and the belief system that you want to change. And as they start to pop up, actually start to change them. And that is ultimately what's going to help you change your mindset, which will help you change your life. So that's all I got for you for this episode. If you love this podcast, you'll also probably really love something I got coming up. It's called Mindset Mentor Plus. I have an actual community that I'm building and a program that I'm building that is going to help you fully integrate every single one of these episodes. So you're not just listening to it passively, but you're actually integrating every single episode into your life. And so inside a Mindset Mentor Plus, it's going to come, every single episode is going to come with details to help you learn more about the subject, get more detailed on the subject. There's going to be journaling questions to help you take that subject and the thing that we spoke about in the podcast, put it into your life to help you start become more aware of yourself. There's going to be assignments for how you could take that episode and change things in your life to help you actively engage in your life. And there's also going to be exclusive Q&A sessions with just me. There's going to be access to an entire community of Mindset Mentor listeners, so you can connect with other weird people like you and I who are interested in improving their lives and trying to get better. And For most of you, it's going to be less than you spend on coffee every single month. And the people who are the founding members will actually get a discount. So if you want to sign up for the waitlist to be the first to learn about it, go to mindsetwaitlist.com to learn more about it. And we will email you before we announce it on the podcast so that you can get access to the discount. So once again, it's mindsetwaitlist.com. And with that, I'm going to leave you the same way I leave you every single episode. Make it your mission, make somebody else's day better. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing day.
Oops. Too many fucking screens opened up here. Hang on a sec.
Welcome to today's video. Today is a full-on masterclass on habit formation and destroying habits at Harvard that found that about 48% of what it is that we do are habits. And when we are just doing this, you have to think about it. That's nearly half for those two, right? Which means that we are unconsciously doing about 50% of what we do throughout the day. We're not even consciously paying attention to. It's just habits of stuff that we've been doing for so long. Some of them are good. Some of them are bad. Some of them are just whatever. You don't really need to put a label on it. But when you look at a habit, what is a habit exactly? They are basically automatic routines that control all of our daily actions in some way. And it could be the act of just brushing your teeth, something that you've done thousands of times, or it can be a really complex cognitive process, like how we react to somebody that looks like someone that we used to know, and we react to them based off of past traumas that have happened to us. And so when you look at it, the first thing I always ask myself is why, right? So I ask myself that about myself all the time. Why am I this way? Why do I do